Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Marley and I are up here in the mountains, and today we're going to take a look at the Steyr Pro X. This is a gun that I've had for just about a month now. I've done a lot of shooting with it, and I feel confident in being able to bring you guys a review. Those of you not familiar with the Steyr brand of air guns, these are manufactured out of Austria, and they're no strangers to building high quality PCP air guns. Typically when I think of Steyr, I think of Olympic style guns. And so when I was able to get my hands on the Pro X, I was really excited because I knew that it was something that I'd be able to use out here in the field in hunting situations. Now this is in 22 caliber. It puts out about 30 foot-pounds, and it is a semi-auto. This does have a 10-shot rotary magazine. You know, it's a short bullpup. Ergonomics of this is fantastic. I have been using this for just about a month. I've been doing a lot of shooting with it because I wanted to get familiar with it and be able to pass the info on to you guys if you're interested in this gun. The Steyr does come with a quality hard case, and there is enough room inside for the rifle along with a scope and a few miscellaneous accessories. Now this does come with a toolkit. It comes with an instruction manual, a sticker, and a box for the magazine. The overall length of the Steyr Pro X without the moderator is 30¼ inches, and the weight comes in at 7 pounds. It has a beautiful walnut stock with nice stippling on the grip area, and the overall fit and finish of this gun is top notch. The Steyr is outfitted with a 650mm or just about 25-inch barrel, and it is slightly choked, and yes, this gun will shoot slugs. I have shot the NSA 217s that are just about 20.2 grains, and they shoot fantastic out of this, as well as a variety of different pellets. Out front of the barrel you do have 1/2-inch UNF threading, and you can actually remove this if you just want to shoot the gun without a moderator. Now I went ahead, they sent me the Sigma M4. This is manufactured by Eagle Vision, and I've been using this. It seems to work really well. Later on we will do a sound test, and I'll show you guys this in more detail with and without the moderator. The Steyr Pro X does have a 310cc air reservoir, and this fills to 200 bar, so it does have a low fill pressure, and you're going to get about 65 shots per fill at 30 foot-pounds. So that's a good amount of shots. The manometer is out front here, and unfortunately it does have a fill probe. You guys know, if you watch my channel, I don't like these, and really the biggest reason I don't like them is I come out in the field so often that I don't like keeping track of them. But they did send me something that's kind of cool, which I'll show you guys in a little bit when we go and fill this. Towards the back of the breech here on the right side is your safety. All the way back the safe is on, all the way forward the safe is off. Very, very well made. Some knurling on here, so it's really easy to use with your thumb. Just a real simple design. And then behind the breech here is your hammer spring adjuster. Now this came set at 30 foot-pounds. I asked them kind of what the power levels are, and they suggested, you know, not to go really less than 20 foot-pounds, and really, you know, 30 foot-pounds is really kind of ideal. So I wouldn't say this is a gun that you'd really want to tinker with. And how this came, you know, it shoots so nice. I don't see myself ever doing any adjustments to this. It just shoots really good, right how I got it. And you know, it's a very simple gun as far as the overall function. The Steyr Pro X is a semi-automatic, and it does come with a 10-shot rotary magazine, and that's located under this little door right here that's towards the back. And this lever right here, really all you're going to use that for is to release that mag. You're going to just give this a little turn to the left, and then it just slides right out, and you can load this one by one, and then On the back side of this, or I guess it would be the front side, is a little spring mechanism here with a slot, and that slides right in here. And what you do is when that's in, you're just going to turn this, and that winds that magazine, and then you close the door and you're ready to go. And as far as the semi-auto goes, it's as fast as you can pull the trigger. Simply put, you can do quick follow-up shots, you can do double taps, all that. And believe me, the magazines go real quick, especially if you've got a lot of targets. And so I would suggest, maybe picking up a couple of these magazines, considering this gun gets just about 65 shots per fill. This does have a very nice butt pad here that is adjustable. You can slide this up and down. Up top, the Steyr has 9 inches of pick rail that rides on 11 millimeter here. So between the two, you can really kind of fine tune where you want your scope. I typically like mine a little bit more forward because I have a little bit of eye relief that's taken up from my scope camera here. But I've found no issues with mounting the scope. Airgun Sport did send me the Steyr 11mm dovetail bipod. This is a top mount folding unit. It is primarily made of carbon fiber, so it's extremely lightweight. It does have cant, and the legs are pretty adjustable. And the thing that I really like about it is the legs fold towards the rear. And a lot of bipods, the legs fold out front, and that really kind of adds more weight out front, and it makes it a little more difficult to shoot the gun offhand. And so I think this bipod gives the gun a little better balance for offhand shooting, and I like being able to deploy the legs. They seem to have enough adjustment for prone positions and definitely from the bench. I'll leave a link for the bipod in the description. I went ahead, I set out the decibel meter, and I wanted to show you guys some readings. Now keep in mind, these are not scientific, but they give us a good baseline as to what we can expect as far as sound. The Sigma M4 mounted on the Steyr Pro X came in at just about 78 decibels, and that's within the realm of what I'd call backyard friendly. Now typically a backyard friendly gun is going to be somewhere around 75 to 85 decibels, and anything over 100 is what I would consider pretty loud and probably not something you want to use in your backyard. So I can definitely recommend the Sigma M4. It seems to work pretty well, but I would imagine a good variety of moderators should quiet this down quite considerably. To fill the Pro X, I'm using the Airgun Easy Fill trigger system. This actually fits onto my fill whip, and you essentially just squeeze the trigger and it's going to fill the gun. You release it and remove the probe. And so you're not going to have a lot of wasted air. It's not going to make a lot of noise when it bleeds off. And so this is definitely something that I can recommend for this gun. And it works on a lot of different guns that use probe systems. The Steyr does shoot offhand extremely well. It's got a really nice balance to it. I really like how it feels against my shoulder, and the grips are just really comfortable, you know, especially for somebody like me that has big hands. And I found that there was enough room on the forend there to where I could use a good palm wall to really stabilize my shots. The Pro X does have an exceptionally nice trigger, and I say this because a lot of bullpups don't, and if they do, it requires a bit of adjustment to get it right. This is a very short, smooth, and predictable first stage that goes right into the break. I think it comes set at just about 500 grams, and so that's down into the ounces, and so I can't imagine anybody wanting a trigger that's any lighter than that. I think it'd be borderline dangerous, but for myself, for target shooting and for hunting, it's worked really well for me. I was able to get this gun out. I did some hunting with it on the farm. And so now that we've taken a closer look at the features and performance, I'll roll that footage and then we'll come back and I'll give you guys kind of my final thoughts on this gun.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Marley and I are just hanging out in this wood pile, and I'm able to spot collared doves that are out here in the brush. And a lot of the shots are between 50 yards out to about 80 plus. They tend to really like this area. Even when you spook them, they'll fly away, and they tend to come right back within a few minutes. Marley and I are up on this hill, and there's some ground squirrels out here, and they're anywhere from 50 yards out to 140. And so you got potential for long range shots. Thankfully it's not windy today at all, it's really calm. And so that's like really perfect conditions, especially when you're hunting with 30 foot-pound 22. And so we're going to get on it. We're going to see if we can take a couple of these ground squirrels, and then we're going to move to a few spots throughout this farm here. Really nice to be out here, really not too hot, probably in the high 70s, and hopefully it'll stay calm today. Out here at 71 yards, I've spotted a couple of these ground squirrels. They're kind of on the embankment of a manure pile. And so we're going to sit here for a little bit, see if we can take one or two, and then we'll move on to a different spot. So we found a spot here in the shade, and I'm able to spot ground squirrels from 30 yards out to about 70. And a lot of these ground squirrels are actually inside the pen where the chickens are. And so you got to be really careful, and that's one reason that I like 22 caliber. I like the power level around 30 foot-pounds or less. And I don't usually like using slugs, and the reason for that is I don't want pass-throughs, I don't want over penetration, because there is livestock here, there's expensive farm equipment, and we don't want to damage anything. And so that's really where I think a gun like this works really well, you know, around the farm. It's a little bit safer to use. So you guys can see we had a great time out on the farm. We had some success with the hunting. This thing worked out fantastic. It's very accurate, and at 30 foot-pounds, I think it's really kind of perfect for those kind of scenarios. You know, 60, 70 yards I think is ideal. This shoots pellets, it shoots slugs, for those of you that want to shoot them. And I really like the magazine on this, you know, very easy to load. And just the overall fit and finish of this is really good, and I really have to be critical of that for the price tag, which is $2,750. I have to look at the overall features, I have to look at the performance, and I think they've done really, really well. And you know, Austrian Arms is known for making very high quality guns. They make a lot of guns for Olympic style shooting. And I really like the barrel on this. It's very strong, no point of impact changes, and that's really important, especially on a gun at this price point. Having something that moves around that's floppy, for me, is completely worthless because I spend so much time getting my guns to shoot the way that I like them. The last thing I want to do is throw it in a case, go down to where I'm going to be hunting, and find out my point of impact is off because it's got a crappy floppy barrel. So that's not the case with this. They've done a very, very good job on the overall ergonomics and just the function of it as a whole. If you guys are interested in this bipod, I'll leave a link. I definitely think this is something that fits the gun well and something that you'd probably want if you purchase this rifle. I think it's a good addition. My biggest negative obviously is the fill probe. I just don't like them, and I would like to see the gauge here maybe off to the side because I don't necessarily like looking in the front of it like that. But those are just kind of my own pet peeves and things that I've kind of learned through years of shooting these guns. Something I wish that they would do. But let me know in the comments if you guys have any experience with this gun in particular, what you guys think. If you guys want to see me use this more, you know, reach out to Airgun Sport. Let them know you guys would like to see some more videos. I'd really like to get my hands on this some more, do some more shooting with it, some more hunting. It's been a really fun gun. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope I was able to show you enough, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next adventure.